Transgender activists and gender ideologues are absolutely seething that Warner Brothers Discovery and HBO have said that J.K. Rowling is allowed to express her personal opinions, something that they have said over the past half decade or so. But these people are so mad. I wrote this up over at fandompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. I encourage you to head on over there, become a subscriber, and become a paid subscriber. This is where you will find all of our work over there. We don't cover all of our articles here on YouTube, so please head over there, become a paid subscriber, and support our journalism, where we will be bringing you the truth, the unfettered truth. So this latest seething, because these people like to seethe all the time when it comes to J.K. Rowling. But the latest seething came after a statement was issued to Variety, where an HBO spokesman said that Warner Brothers has, quote, been working with J.K. Rowling and in the Harry Potter business for over 20 years, and her contribution has been invaluable. Well, duh. She literally wrote all the books, and she helped work on the movies that they made after the books, the Fantastic Beasts movies. So she's definitely been heavily involved. She literally created it. I think invaluable might even be an understatement. Anyways, the statement goes on and says, we are proud to once again tell the story of Harry Potter, the heartwarming books that speak to power, friendship, resolve, and acceptance. No, it does not speak of acceptance. This is absolutely ridiculous. They do not accept Voldemort. They do not accept his wicked ways. Why do they always put this stuff in here? These people can't help themselves. Anyways, next it declared J.K. Rowling has a right to express her personal views. We will remain focused on the development of the new series, which will only benefit from her involvement. So that is where people are so mad. They're so mad that this big corporation is stating that J.K. Rowling has a right to express her personal views. Like somehow you shouldn't have that right. This is why these people are so mad. And again, this isn't new, right? These people have been saying this for at least half a decade. You go back to 2020, we had Warner Brothers Games president David Haddad saying this: while J.K. Rowling is the creator of Harry Potter and we are bringing that to life with the power of Portkey in many places, she's a private citizen also, and that means she's entitled to express her personal opinion on social media. I may not agree with her, and I may not agree with her stance on a range of topics, but I can agree that she has the right to hold her opinion. So this isn't new at all. When it comes to saying that J.K. Rowling is a human being, she's allowed to express her opinions. Shocker, shocker. But these people are so mad. They're so mad. Like, look at this. You got this guy, Dan Marcus, and I have a right to never watch a single second of the new reboot. Okay. The pissed off lawyer says, won't be watching. You will. These people will totally be watching. They obviously will. And then here's Angelica Reed. She's super mad. F her transphobic B ass. So mad. These people are so mad. We've got this one, Wizarding News, which they've actually been threatened with legal action by Rowling in the past for defaming and lying about her. They bemoaned, or it bemoaned, naturally, this had to be stated on hashtag Trans Day of Remembrance. There's no such thing because there's no such thing as transgenders. There are men and women cannot become women, and women cannot become men. Anyways, they go on and say they know exactly what they're doing and who and what it tacitly supports. I hope they do. I hope they actually do. I hope they know exactly what they're doing, and I hope they should actually come out with a harder statement saying that transgenders don't exist, men are men, women are women, and they cannot transition, and we do not support this ideology anymore. I think HBO, Warner Brothers Discovery, should come out and say that and be explicit about it. I think all of these major corporations should start saying this stuff now, because it's time to put a stop to this evil ideology that is trying to destroy us. It is trying to destroy us. And this is something that Pope Francis actually says. Let's just scroll down here. He literally says this. He said this right here. It is very important to have this meeting between men and women, because today the ugliest danger is gender ideology, which nullifies differences. And to erase differences is to erase humanity. That is exactly what they want to do. They want to erase humanity by erasing the differences between men and women. These people are sick and they are evil. And they're totally seething over being able to just express your opinion, because they don't want you to express your opinion. They do not want you to oppose them whatsoever. They hate not being in control. They hate not being in power. They hate not having you under your thumb. That's why they are so mad here. Here's another one. Hello, Amy. Bye, HBO. You've sucked a long time since canceling 6 Feet Under. This show will tank. Mark my words. I do know. No, you don't. The show's going to be a massive success. It's Harry Potter. We saw how big Hogwarts Legacy was. This show is going to be an absolute juggernaut for HBO. There is no doubt about it. Harry Potter is as big as it has ever been, probably even bigger than when I was a kid. That's how big this has been, because those stories are excellent. Ladies Bane here says, thinking one group of people are second-class citizens merely for existing is bigotry. Defending bigotry as socially acceptable is a very 19th century take. Complete and total nonsense, because those people are not second-class citizens. They are actually highly privileged right now in current society, and that is why J.K. Rowling is speaking up, because these people are getting away with all kinds of crime and evil. It's sick. It's sick. We've got to put a stop to it. We got this person here, Midas, wrote, nobody gives a crap about Harry Potter in 2024. Absolutely not. Totally ridiculous. I mean, look at this, 8.2 thousand likes there. They do. I mean, there's a reason why Epic Universe is having another Harry Potter land. That's why HBO is making this new Harry Potter TV show. It's why people are still going to Universal Studios into those Harry Potter lands there. It is still bigger than ever. J.K. Rowling is always talking about how her royalty checks are constantly increasing, especially when these people come after her, because they just more and more people are buying her books. We've got this guy, New Amy, Zero or Woman. It's very disappointing how the world has just turned its back on trans people. Well, there's no such thing, so they can't really turn their back on them, right? This person here, Versace, says, a very dark shift in company marketing strategy. This anti-woke phase, very much so, being reflected in people's politics and consumer practices too. No, it is actually finally people somewhat standing up for what is true, just, and right. And as I said earlier, I think they should be even more explicit about it and condemn this ideology and put a full stop to it. That would win them even more people, in my opinion. So what is absolutely ironic about all of this is J.K. Rowling actually believes in people shifting sexes. She actually thinks that that is possible. She thinks that men can become women and women can become men. She made this very clear in 2020. She wrote this on her blog post. She wrote this, I want to be very clear here. I know transition will be a solution for some gender dysphoric people, although I'm also aware through extensive research that studies have consistently shown that between 60 to 90% of gender dysphoric teens will grow out of their dysphoria. So she actually does indeed believe that you can transition between male to female. You can't. That's absolutely impossible. You're living a lie. So she actually believes in what these people believe. She just doesn't. She just opposes them politically. And she makes this very clear. She also said in the same blog post, I'm concerned about the huge explosion in young women wishing to transition, and also about the increasing numbers who seem to be detransitioning, returning to their original sex because they regret taking steps that have, in some cases, altered their bodies irrevocably and taken away their fertility. Some say they decided to transition after realizing they were same-sex attracted, and that transitioning was partly driven by homophobia, either in society or in their families. I would argue that a lot of it has to do with peer pressure and all of these Hollywood movies, television shows, influencers on Instagram and TikTok trying to make it think like it's cool. And so you want to do that too. And so they make these absolutely awful decisions. And then you have the court systems now actually enabling all of this stuff, literally kidnapping children and allowing that and forcing them to go through these procedures. It's sick. It's absolutely sick what is happening. Rowling also added this, I'm deeply concerned about the consequences of the current trans activism. Huge numbers of women are justifiably terrified by the trans activists. I know this because so many have gotten in touch with me to tell their stories. They're afraid of doxing, of losing their jobs or their livelihoods, and of violence. And obviously, Rowling has been a victim of all of those things. So she knows very well how these people operate. So that's why she opposes these people. And obviously, she's kind of talked about how like you have men now beating up women in the Olympics, etc. So that, like, men are basically just taking over all of these kind of spaces for females, where you don't have any female sports anymore because now men are pretending to be women and going in and just absolutely clobbering them, because there is indeed a difference between men and women. But these people are super mad that J.K. Rowling is able to oppose their transgender ideology politically, despite obviously supporting it on an individual basis and believing that that is possible. But We are going to continue to oppose this stuff. We're going to actually be for what is right and true. I also oppose J.K. Rowling. You cannot transition between male and female, but it's just absolutely wild how these people are just so mad that they aren't able to control you. And that's really what it comes down to. These people want to control you. They want you to conform to their ideology, and they will not stop until you do so. And that is why we have to say no. We have to oppose them, and we have to eradicate this evil ideology that wants to destroy us. It wants to destroy humanity, as Pope Francis says. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below, or head on over, become a paid subscriber to Phantom Pulse, and leave a comment. I try to respond to all comments over there on Phantom Pulse. And remember, always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always speak the truth.